The counties of Baringo, West Pokot, Samburu, Elgeyo Maratkwet and Turkana could produce the next generation of stars for Kenya in a sport that has hardly gained any traction in the country. Archery is relatively unknown, but the common denominator in these counties is the use of bows and arrows by boys as young as 5 years old. Arrows for Peace is an initiative that hopes to convert the sharp-shooting warriors into professional athletes in archery. Our very own Michael Kinyi has the story.
Baringo County in the heart of the Rift Valley. It is a semi-arid region with pastoralism as the main economic activity. Even in rainy seasons, the land is not suitable for agriculture. Cases of cattle rustling have been on the rise, resulting in a number of deaths, forcing the government to impose a dawn-to-dusk curfew in parts of Baringo, Elgeyo Maratkwet and West Pokot counties. We head to Tiati, one of the areas listed in the curfew. The roads are deserted, centers closed with hardly any shops and businesses operating. The few residents in these centers do not want to talk about the security situation here. In the heart of Tiati, we meet a group of herders, this being their main activity of the day. They take care of their cattle in groups for obvious reasons. All of them are armed with bows and arrows, given that this is a bandit-prone area.
Unajua vile sisi tunachunga, hiyo ndio mapato. Hiyo ndio benki yetu kuu. That's why tunatilia manane.
Cattle raiding or small-scale cattle theft is an old tradition among the pastoral communities and was a way of balancing wealth. It is now a danger to these communities as it has now been commercialized.
Si kama ile hapo hawali, hii imekuwa advance, watu wametumia mabinduki. Lakini kwa ile tuseme tu maybe fita imekupata kwa ghafla. Ile kwa ghafla hapo unaweza kujikinga nayo.
Under the transformative initiative, the warriors are now getting into a program that will substitute human targets with a sports target with the aim of ending the conflicts brought about by cattle rustling. This is Irene Limika, a retired athlete's brainchild. Limika, who took part in the marathon race at the World Championships in Athletics in 2009 in Berlin, Germany, was fascinated by the sport and decided that she should use the sport to save many lives that would otherwise be lost in the attacks.
And that's how Arrows for Peace was born. That it's something that came in me like, wow, people are using bows and arrows to do the cat rustling. They can use it, the same sport, to bring medals back home.
We have a lot of talent. It's only untapped. Bows and arrows is our traditional activity. People use bows and arrows for their security and also for food.
It is something they know. They know that they have to use arrows some other time to aim something.
The Tugen, the Pokot, the El Chamos and the James warriors are some of the sharpshooters that we have from an early age. They've been using bows and arrows since they were young, and now the Arrows for Peace program hopes to use them as the future athletes to win medals for Team Kenya. So with the targets set, just like in archery, the youth come out in numbers to try out the new sport. They have the natural talent and interest in shooting, having used their traditional bows and arrows for a long time. It should be easy to integrate the sport in the community.
It is easy because it is in them, inborn. It's something that's in their blood. You saw it, they like it. But where the difficulty is the technique. They want to use their own style. But you see, the professional archery has the different technique, how you stand, how you pull, how you draw.
They try out with their traditional bows and arrows just to be comfortable with the targets. Then they switch to the modern equipment where they are shown the techniques and posture required in the sport.
Nimeona yenye iko rahisi zaidi ni yenye umetuletea juu kicapture tu vile inaendelea, bora tu tie masharti vile inaenda. Mimi naona ndio itakuwa rahisi.
Hii tofauti ile ni nyepesi. Unajua mkono wetu imezoea hii ya nguvu hii.
Niko na ruhusa ya kugauge ingiane na mwili wangu. Lakini ile yake ni nyepesi zaidi.
With a couple of hours of practice and training, they soon get the concept and hitting the target with ease. The only challenge now is that there are no competitions and the training sessions are few because of lack of trainers.
Kujifunza kitu tunaona ni rahisi. sio ngumu vile, lakini tukijipea mazoezi takuwa tumejaribu hata mali tumefikia mpaka sasa, at least mwili tunaona tunaendelea kukua tu, yani tunaendelea kuchangamka sana.
Cattle rustling is slowly fading away in this area thanks to the new interest in the sport. The youth say they are now more concerned with developing their skills in archery with the prospect of getting a chance to compete for Kenya at the international level.
Yes.
We believe in the next 2, 3, 4 years, we should be having a representation of some of these youths representing the country in the international Olympics, because we know they can do. Even a boy as young as 11 years is capable of shooting.
With the new interest, Irene says they have to make the youth love the sport by making it look beautiful and attractive. The best way is to use culture, what they are used to. There is no exposure yet in terms of competitions, and this is a concern because they are still not willing to leave their comfort zone because of the security situation.
And when we told them that we are going to Mount Elgon, they were shocked, like, I don't want to leave my community because why? Lack of exposure.
The plan is to create a small reward to attract more warriors and have more competitions among the youth from all the communities. This, they hope, will develop peace in the communities and put an end to cattle rustling.
Using this arrow, you can shoot a target, and you are shooting a target that you're not shooting your brother or your cousin or anybody else, but you are shooting to represent the country. And that completely changes your thinking about seeing your neighbor as an enemy.
Kitu kama hiyo itakuwa ni changes. Utakuwa umemtoa hiyo kijana katika ile nyayo yako ya kufikiria vibaya, aende kwa changes zingine tofauti.
Watu wameachana na hiyo maneno ya nini, ya uwizi bandi. Unajua maneno ya uwizi inatoka mbali, inatupita tu. Mara tunasikia wanapita bandi, lakini sisi tumeachana na hizo.
The challenge again is equipment, continuous training and empowerment by trained coaches. The program has been introduced in schools, with the Lake Baringo Mixed Secondary School being the first pilot school in the country. Michael Kinyi for Citizen TV in Baringo County.